Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper S of Viperland, and I'm back here in Final Fantasy 16 after a few more days than I expected because it got hot as hell around here, but I got AC now, so that's no longer an issue. Thankfully, finally. So we got side quests. That's what we were doing. We were doing side quests. A boatload of side quests. Is this one up here? I don't remember if we nabbed that one. Let's nab it real quick. So yeah, I'm fairly sure we're pretty close to the end of the game. We gotta get the side quest first, so we're doing that.
Lord Marquis,
If
if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic.
Yeah, also, hey Mike, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat.
Yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival.
Green tea and honey tonight, good
Though
stuff.
he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained.
I also
from
kind of had like a
sending any others in
infection of
search
some
him,
sort that was
lest they be
giving me
lost in
like
turn.
powerful
Yet,
headaches, and that and the
it
heat
seemed
really was what
right
kept me
to
from
inform you
being
of
able
the
to really stream for a few
situation,
days. I
given
wanted
the
to.
unique
I want to play more of this. I know
experience
we're
of the
in like the
Ash,
final bits, and I want to
as
finish
you
it.
so earnestly advised me.
To the point that we're probably going to skip the Splatfest this week. I know starting tomorrow there's a
He might
Splatfest,
be saved.
but I'd really like to try to finish this weekend. Because next week I'm off for most of it because of Kineticon. I really want to finish this before the con. Really do. So I might skip
But Ash is a big
the
place.
the
Can
Splatfest.
you be any more specific?
Also, I think I'm the only one if I plan on Strawberry, and
The
that's
last
okay.
owl I received
I
from
always
him
want people to follow their
mentioned
hearts on
a
those.
village
I
where
don't want
he
people
and
to
the
swap
cult were wounded
and just
to
be on
sleep.
my team because, like, oh,
That
streamer
was its
team. Like,
name.
I want people to follow their hearts and rep the team they want to.
Of Wulu.
And they are, and that's awesome.
Aught ill befell him. I expected
Honestly,
to
even if
survive.
everyone was on the same team, I'd probably skip it to try to finish
See what I can
16.
do.
But
You are much
even
too
more so
kind,
if I'm going to be like the only Strawberry. Like, yeah, I
Go
really
then
want to
with
finish
my
this.
hopes. And may the firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
I mean, I could just skip all these side quests, but I'm not going to do that. We've done every side quest we can so far, and like, I'm not doing it for like completion. Oh, it's a favorite ice cream flavor. It was vanilla, strawberry, mint chocolate chip. Not vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. Vanilla, strawberry, mint chocolate chip. I'm a big strawberry fan. A lot of people are big vanilla fans, which I like. I understand all three of those. I love all three of those flavors. But if I could only pick one to have, I'm gonna have strawberry. But like, I love all three of those. Even just vanilla, like a good vanilla ice cream. Hell yeah, love the hell out of it. You know what? We haven't pet Torgal in a while. Fix that.
I feel good, boy.
But for me, it's got to be strawberry. Like, yeah, ice cream is a yes, correct. But for me personally, if I could only pick one of those to have right now, it would be strawberry. It's just how it is for me usually. So now we got these all over. What's the other one? Oh yeah, the other one's an ash. So we got this one here. We'll go do that. Then we got one way up there. Now then we got another one in ash. I thought we were done in ash, but this gave us another one for back there. I'm gonna start buying up the music.
Take a look at my wares.
If I go around and I spot somebody selling music now, I'm just gonna buy it.
A fine choice.
I feel like we're end game enough.
Take care.
Yeah, like I'm not doing the side quest for like trophy completion, though it would be really nice to platinum this. I don't know what goes into it yet. I'm gonna look at the full trophy list after game completion, so I don't get spoilers. Actually, I might even wait after. We'll see. We'll see. Because I don't want it like the post game immediately spoiled for me either. But like still, we'll take a look at it eventually.
It's
Oh, yeah.
ramen.
I'll say, Ramen, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Congrats on your day one clear of your new game. Yeah, I really don't play Splatoon outside of Splatfest very often, but the Splatfests are always great. I just... If I could have gotten... Oh, that looks like a dude. Oh, no, it's just Orcish. Alright. Oh, wait, no, we have no more hunts left. We beat every hunt. So there can't be any hunts waiting for us in the middle of the road. We beat them all. We did get the trophy for all hunts complete, so that's just definitively done. So addictive. Hey, I'm glad. It sounds like it was exactly what you would have wanted out of a remake,
Healed, Joshua.
which is pretty awesome. Like, still a shame they made it so expensive, but like, clearly you got your money's worth and enjoyed it.
House Rossfield.
And clearly they put a good amount of work into it. It's not like they put, like, no work. Let's, Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. Well, up we go. Time for some Blizzard. Oh, yeah. Pikmin's gonna be a big thing for a lot of people. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, okay, let's just see if we can get 50 from, like, the hardcore fans. you. And then, like, it'll go on sale. We'll start Rising Flames. Probably good one. No, I don't know how to counter that one right now, so... Oh, jeez. Nope. Oh man, it's been so nice. Yeah, I was saying, like, not only did the AC really throw me off, but like, it wasn't nearly to the degree Potts has been dealing with it, but I've also been dealing with like a little heckin' ear infection that's really been just annoying me. It was really painful for like 24 hours, and then it's just been really annoying. If that makes any sense? It hurts a lot less, but now it itches, but like if I scratch it, it stings. It's just a huge pain in my butt. It's mostly gone now, which is nice. But between that being mostly gone and the AC being on, life is glorious. Just in time for me to have like a whole week off next week. Kingslayer. No thank you. Please don't do that. Dust them. Yeah, it's been nice to actually sleep. Be able to sleep. You know, like simple things. It's gonna hurt. Screw this. Nope, too early. Way too early, but I'm still gonna punch him anyway. Would have thought this guy would be, but you know what? Here you go. There you go. Yeah, being able to sleep is so nice. I took a nap this afternoon because I just could. It wasn't like 3 days ago where it would be like 90 degrees in the afternoon and it was impossible to do. I could just take a nap. Be comfortable. Heartstone. Griffins suffer something akin to the crystal's curse. Their flesh slowly turns into stone over a lifetime of channeling ether. Unlike bearers, however, the effect is far more gradual and limited to a sac around their hearts. The slower progress of petrification resulting in the formation of a gemstone of rare beauty. That's what we're here for.
Is this the Heartstone?
Yeah, I would be too, Sor. Would be too. That sounds really stupid. It also kind of sounds like a bit of an honest mistake, but like it really sucks for you. Go to this one. Yeah, I'm hoping we can finish most of the side quests today, which seems feasible.
Thank the founder you were
And then tomorrow, I mean, it'll be a Friday tomorrow, so like if we start down a path of no return and we start getting endgamey stuff and it's midnight, we're just gonna go. That's just how it's gonna go. How did we get... Oh, we needed 2 Heartstones, duh, one for each of us.
Yes, this radiant luster like frozen flame.
Frozen
It's
flame,
just
you
as
said.
your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady
I
Goddess.
mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean,
Lavatory
like...
is ready.
Thank you, Cyril.
It's a pre-order, they should... They're supposed to hold it, I believe, 48 hours when I worked there, so that was a ways ago. I believe they're supposed to hold it 48 hours, but, like, it's probably got to be longer than that, right? Gotta be... Next day, it should have been fine.
The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are
You may hear
yours,
some,
after all.
banging sounds.
Heartstone is harder and more enduring than
My nephew
garnet,
upstairs.
or even ruby.
So happy we all have air conditioners now, but that means now he's in his room upstairs sometimes and he likes to just kick his bed, which is directly above me, but, you know,
represent the unbreakable bonds
hopefully it's not too
between
loud.
you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it
Yeah,
ever be
like-
realized.
And only if we
Still
stood
weird.
together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but
It's also nice to be able to, like,
something I don't quite understand.
pop up Final Fantasy XIV or
Ryan
something
told me that after Father died,
without worrying about
all of the
raising the
treasures
temperature of this
for
room, like,
even if
further
the armbands were incomplete,
into
she
broiling.
could surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes
Yeah.
for your future.
See a
In the
fingerprint?
days
Ah,
before the
boo.
disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle.
Yeah, that's...
It was then that I knew
They
it
shouldn't
connected
get a copy
Trias.
that somebody had
I tried to warn
pre-ordered.
my father,
That's
but it was
just...
too late.
They shouldn't do
No
that.
word of the fire
Not, like,
reached
right
us,
away.
I
Give it a
knew
week
my
or so.
time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me.
I think once we finish
He informed
16,
me that his Grace's will had been recovered.
I'm gonna hit Labyrinth hard again, because we
That
need to
sons
wrap
were
up Labyrinth.
alive and well.
Lady
I
Goditha,
feel like the end is in sight on that one too, but we gotta do it. Take a... I'll see if I can do some grinding off camera.
I
Unlike
thank you for your loyal
previous Labyrinth, I
service.
don't have it portably, so I can't do it at the con.
Thank you, my lord.
So, we'll see if I get some off-camera grinding
For coming
going.
back to us. For giving
Oh,
me
the...
service
yeah,
we
the sticker
needed.
they put on. It... Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I know what you mean. And once we get that out of the way, we can probably finish up. But then we can go to, like, Ryza 3, a little bit of Octopath, a little bit of Yakuza. We still got those floating around. And then, you know, go back to doing Monster Hunter Fridays. Whatever feels like decent enough. We'll definitely go back to doing some Eureka Ortho Saturdays, but I'm busy a lot of Saturdays this summer just for random things, cons and whatnot. There's to do on the box, yeah. A little bit of, like, rubbing alcohol will help take care of that, but, like, it's still... It's extra work on your part that you didn't sign up for because you just wanted to play your game. Hold on, where's our... More HP, less defense. Gonna leave it off for now, actually. Our gear is too good. It's a
The
problem.
bands suit you well.
How would you know I'm not wearing it?
It must must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
Yeah.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer,
I like how
I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial.
they unbox the copy so they can have one out there, but they're like, oh damn, how do we make sure that, like, I don't know, they didn't open it when they say it's a new, even though they
I
already
suppose
opened
it would be
it.
churlish not
So they slap this just obnoxious sticker. It's like,
to repay your
it's a
father visit.
bad solution to a problem of their own
I
invention.
was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
If they just left it, like, they won't leave it shrink wrapped because then, like, they couldn't put it out. But, like, just get demo boxes or something.
It has been since
Print out,
the day we recovered it.
like, just labels.
I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril.
It would have been the only copy. If it's that niche of a game, they don't really need a copy out there to show. And if they only have one copy, and it's your copy you pre-ordered, they shouldn't be displaying it anyway. Like, there's so many reasons why that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Yeah, if you were the only person who pre-ordered and they only got one copy of the game, why would they put it out for display copy when it's your copy? Like, there's many issues with that. Many issues.
What is it? Please.
Nothing good's gonna come of this, I'm telling you.
I mean, it makes sense that, like, literally everyone is just staring at that thing. Because, like, I mean, to be fair, even if you didn't see it form, that's some ominous shit over there. Like, on top of the sky going messed up, like... And it seems like you can functionally see that from anywhere in the world map. Like, the fact that it's fairly centralized, I'm pretty sure if we headed over here, we could probably see it. Maybe not as clearly, but still, like, yeah. It's... That's mildly worrying. You know.
Ready, go?
It's super normal, yeah. Yeah, super normal. Mm-hmm.
Quiet.
I can't wait to see how this story concludes. This world has been very interesting. The characters have been interesting enough. The world building's been well done. I'm curious how things are going to play out. I've,
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
no faith in a happy ending? I feel like my highest faith is in bittersweet ending. Yeah.
Field Marshal. Oblige him.
Well, I do know one thing above all others. It'll sound great. The music will be great.
You're right. It won't.
They've been slowly putting a few of the
Finish him.
tracks on previews of the musical tracks on Twitter, and they got to the Titan theme today. I'm gonna, do you know what? Screw you all. I need more HP, so you all need to die. You know what? Screw you all. Sometimes you just gotta send messages. That message is often Gigaplayer. At least when I'm around. Yeah, I mean, you'd have a valid point, but as somebody who did work at GameStop and has worked retail jobs, man, I just did what they told me to do. Like, and if they tell you you have to have a gutted copy of every single game, then you go through and you gut a copy of every single game. And even if you had said something, that random schmuck wouldn't be able to change anything.
A little longer than I'd have liked.
If you did want to say something, it would be better to call, like, if they had a number. Because complaints to, like, a number usually can get boosted higher up. But complaints to just a random schmuck at a GameStop, even a manager,
Marshal Havel, I presume.
they'll forget about it 30 seconds after you're there. You'll waste your breath, their time.
My lord.
And, like, they can't change procedure. There's nothing they can do about that.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart
The
of
corruption is
Republic.
everything.
It's
Everything is
fucking
corrupted.
disgrace.
Everything's bad.
Your
Everyone is
interfering
either
old bastard of an
a
uncle tried
Keshik
to warn me
or
of
is
this.
going, hey, it's the end times. Let's screw each other over and make some money.
My lord
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die
or
rich.
is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
I mean, you know, either or.
Tell
Take
me
your
what
pick.
you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
Man, we're just trying to help people. Literally all we've tried. Okay, no, there was definitely a vengeance portion of the story, but for the overarching story, it really has been just trying to help the downtrodden. Like, people in need, trying to help them.
May not always have been the right ones. I
Yeah,
know
exactly,
I made
so-
them for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
For so long, so many of us have been told.
Always going to be a few
how we
people
can
who will
die.
try to absolutely screw over others, as long as they can make some money.
Now we have a chance.
And you don't hear about it too often because it's usually, you know, CEOs and higher ups, but every now and again,
Stand together.
something happens where, and then they make a big deal about it. Like, when employers just simply don't pay their employees enough wages, like when wage skimming makes them billions of dollars, saves them billions of dollars, you never hear about that. Ever. Some schmuck buys too much toilet paper to try to make a profit. It's on every news station, because, you know,
I'll never hear the end of this.
but functionally, yes.
All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts
On
in the
multiple
Imperial Army and
occasions
see
when
if
I worked at
can't
the grocery
convince them to
store,
try and restore order in their own territory.
I had to, like, run out of there to, like, catch a bus. And, like, every now and again, I forgot to punch out. Like, I was in such a hurry, like, I'd forget to punch out.
I don't doubt that I can
And
bully
most
some
of the
sense into
time,
a few
they'd go,
generals.
oh, we saw him
Those they
leave,
answer
like,
to
whatever.
require a different kind of persuasion.
Or I could have they'd be like, hey, when did you punch out? I'd be like, oh, yeah, I left it, blah, blah, blah. And other people would be like, yeah, sure.
One who can court even the most
But
stubborn
multiple
statesman.
times, they just, without saying a word, didn't pay me for the work for that entire day.
But I'm no diplomat either,
So
and I have other
Thankfully,
problems to attend to.
I paid attention to my
Is a
pay,
skilled
my pay stub.
arbitrator.
And when it was short, I'd be like, hey,
Is that so?
that's illegal. You can't not pay me for hours worked. That is illegal. And they'd be like, oh, sorry, it's a system mistake, system error. We'll get it fixed right away.
Beggars can't
They
be
just hope that
choosers.
people get direct deposit and don't
Suppose we'll
notice
all
that
have to find
nonsense.
a little gap for
100%.
ourselves if we're to make it through
100%. It
this.
happened multiple times.
Very well.
But not every time. If it was
Send your
every
man to
time,
the
I'd be like,
right
oh, that's just how the system handles that. But it's not. And it was inconsistent. So that was just them going, bet you we could save some bucks. And I bet you I bet you they did it to others and they never noticed. I'd guarantee it.
Your lord uncle bade me escort the field
And if
marshal to his
that
manor
happened,
in Port
a
Isolde.
good chunk of times at one random store that I worked at, you know that happens everywhere.
Very good, my lord.
You know that happens everywhere. But you don't hear about that. It's just, I'm just so done with just, like, corporate,
I'm not sure I'm the
Garbage.
man to talk anyone round.
so done
Can
with
barely
it. Like,
convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience.
I know it ends up getting a stigma, but, like,
Someone like
I didn't hate the grocery store job. When I worked in the deli, I did not hate working in the deli. I was pretty happy dealing with customers. I was good enough I was good enough when I started. I ended up being good at what I did. I know it's not the hardest job in the world, but like, you get to know the customers, you get to know what they're looking for. You can translate their mumblings into actually what they wanted. That was, yeah, tipping is a scam. Absolutely, it's a scam. Just any issue I had with the job that I had was because, I'm gonna go over here and save and heal, was just because manager level and higher just being awful at that store. Like, oh yeah, yeah. There's so many issues with that, yeah. But like, until it goes away, of course I'm gonna tip like waiters and waitresses. Like, it's messed up to not. But they should fix that system and just pay them their wage, pay them money. They are employees. But no, it's standard. It's just fine. Everything is just so... Everything is more money, but none of it's going to the people who do the work. That's just the state of the world, at least the state of the world I live in, the area around me. I can't speak for the greater world, but the world I am aware of, the world in my vicinity is very much just... The amount of work goes up, the amount that things cost go up, but the amount that you can afford goes down. And like, cool. Cool. The longer I worked at that grocery store, they wanted me to do more and more and more and more overtime, even though I was already most nights doing the work of 2 people. Your average night closing that deli, I was doing the work of 2 people. And they knew it. Because there used to be 2 people who closed the deli, and then it was just me all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have the hours. Yeah, they always had the hours before I was there. They ended up with 1 good worker and abused that fact. But like, my money didn't go up. In the entire time that I worked there, 5 years, the amount that my money went up that wasn't because the minimum wage raised was $1. I made more than $1 more than my first year there, but that's only because the minimum wage went up a few times. And they were asking way more than $1 worth of extra effort, I assure you. Man, as much as I hate what that place did to me, part of me is glad that it did. Because now I can just see it. Now I'm not blind to it. Oh, hello. When I started that job, I was like, yeah, if I work hard and do a good job, I'll make good money. And like, I was optimistic. I wanted to do the best I could. I still, like, not that I don't want to do a good job. I just... If a terrible job and a great job are not only monetarily compensated the same, but when you do a great job, they then expect you to do the work that other people don't do. Why would you go and do extra? It's fine. It's not, but we had a few things happen where they were like, oh, it needed to raise. Like, they passed the thing where it's like, oh, by year X, the minimum wage is going to go up to Y. So it did. Oh, I shouldn't have popped that so early. Whoops. I should have waited till it... Well, it's fine. Honestly, I don't even need to kill this guy. I'm just doing it for fun. It's not indexed to anything. It was just... They actually passed something to be like, oh, it needs to go off. Yeah. Which, to be fair, I'll admit, is better than most locations, where the minimum wage is still awful. I want to say minimum wage in Connecticut is... I want to say it was 11 and change when I left. Hold on, what is it now? It's gonna bother. I want to say they tried to raise it to 13. Jeez, apparently it's 15 now. It's gone up since I stopped working there. Alright. Ah. Okay. Beginning Thursday, June 1st. Wow, it just went to 15. Just went to 15. That's why it seems big. Okay, cool. Awesome. As of June 1st, 15 in Connecticut. Pretty sure it was like 11 and change, or 12 when I left the grocery store.
Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Right, you need to get out of my way. Oh, okay. You need to also let me hit you and not miss my hits. Yeah, honestly, 15 is still not, like, as high as it needs to be, but it's higher than most places, and I'll pay. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of places are still in the like 7 range, and that's just insanity. Like, that is very obviously not livable, and everyone knows it. But you know, crazy. It's just the world is bonkers. But yeah, like, when I started at the grocery store, I was all optimistic and, you know, that place crushed me. And, like, I see through the tricks now. I see through the lies. Like, I see that it helps that it's happening everywhere. For so long, I thought it was just me. I was like, oh, the location where I'm at sucks. But, like, it paid okay. It was a job. I was like, you know, it's fine. All the things people tell themselves to stay at a bad job. But, like, one of my friends worked at a Walgreens. And the tip wage. Oh, yeah, that's criminal. Like, not to say $7.25 is good, but, like, tip minimum wage is actually criminal. Yeah, I had a friend who worked at a Walgreens, and I had a friend who worked at a Starbucks. And anytime one of us would tell a horror story, the other two would be like, wait, I have that exact same story. And then we all just kind of realized, like, oh, yeah, it's just everywhere. That's just what it is. 213 is, like, that's criminal. Yeah. Imagine working a day with no tips and being unable to afford a meal at the place you worked at. I am wholeheartedly for tip culture going away, but until it does, I'm obviously going to tip, because, like, I want the people to be able to have money. And I don't think not tipping them is going to change that system. I don't think if the entire country at large stopped tipping immediately, every single person, I don't think anything would change. Other than the people who worked those jobs would just quit because they couldn't live. But I don't think anything would, like, change for that minimum wage. At least not in any timely fashion. Maybe when every single person in the wait industry quit. Maybe. I didn't mean to go on a pessimistic rant for the first half hour of the stream. Life is great for me right now. I have Final Fantasy 16. My ear feels better, and I am not sweating profusely at all times of all days. I am very, very happy right now. I've got a big con coming up, and then a small con after that. I get to see Potts in person next week. Potts is coming down to Connecticut. I'm going to see Potts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going up to the con Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I'll have to say goodbye to Potts Monday. Life is good. And I try to be cautiously optimistic about a lot of things in life, but anything having to do with employer-employee relations and money to that degree, I'm utterly pessimistic about, because I've seen enough, I've heard enough tales, I know how it is. Yeah. Then they shouldn't have based their entire thing around just screwing over their employees, but that's what everyone does. So.
You too heed the call.
Yes,
The call?
we heeded the call.
No, I came here looking
Did
for
we just
someone.
find a cult? Is this the cult side quest?
I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others,
Still doesn't work.
they-
I'm trying to get my foot.
they heeded
So-
the call.
You keep saying that.
I like my new phone. The camera is glorious. The battery life
To perform
lasts
the rite.
way longer than my old one did. My
Just
old one's
as
old.
King Barnabas
It's light enough.
instructed.
It's a little bigger than my old one. I like this phone.
Is that altar?
Its notification settings suck. It has no. My old phone had a light that would blink if you missed a notification.
And give
This one
themselves
barely vibrates when you get a notification. The screen doesn't really lighten up. Technically it does, but like it lightens to black on black when you get a notification. So I'm constantly missing text from people and whatnot. So I'm trying to find a way to like make it more noticeable, and there doesn't seem to be a way to do that.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
Ramen. They're not worried about it.
They want to be
Yeah, if they start
saved.
replacing, I mean, they already are in bunches of places to a
Forgive
degree.
me.
The McDonald's by me
me
has
down
like
there.
one cashier at any time, and most of the orders are handled through kiosk.
You mean the traveler
Most of the
from
grocery
Stone?
stores by me have one open lane with a person and a bunch of self-checkout lanes.
Toward
Like,
the
that's
bay of
just-
the village.
Thank
That's
you.
how things are already going.
If you don't mind, I'll go and
And
greet
don't
him.
worry, Ramen. The CEOs will continue to hit record profits, and the employees will continue to get boned. That is what will happen, and I can say that
Let's go and find him.
with a large amount of confidence. I can say that with an overwhelming amount of confidence, because that's just what happens. Number has to go up for the 5 people at the top of every company and their shareholders. No matter how that happens, that number has to go up. What is? AI will get tired of it. Yep. Oh man, yeah. Sorry, I got an eyelash on my glasses. Pain. Oh, look at Torgal digging around trying to help too. Did he find a spot? Oh no, over here. Hello, hooded man. How are you?
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I mean, you're wearing their clothes.
And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield.
It definitely doesn't help
I
that
am not
the
mistaken.
overwhelming majority of people
Right.
who make the laws in this country
You must be the third
are
chair.
I am.
old
Cyril was worried for your safety.
and getting paid to
Sent me to
make
find you.
specific laws
must
that protect
apologize.
all of the
To
companies that
trouble
are
the
doing
wearer of
garbage
the burning
things.
quill.
So they're either too
Bless
old to
you,
understand
my Lord Marquis.
internet,
So
AI,
you had failed
net
to
neutrality,
report.
any of the more
Is there a
modern,
reason for that?
really important
I came here
things,
to study the
or they're in the
followers of
pocket
this
of people
new
anyway,
faith.
so it doesn't matter.
But the
When
more I learned,
AT&T or Verizon or
the more my own
AI
faith
companies, I don't know,
began
whatever,
to
when
falter.
all these big lobby companies
You have seen
pay
the
them money and say,
prayers,
hey,
have you not?
don't pass that law that stops us making money, that's just how it
Devote
goes.
themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying
Yeah, like,
night and day that they might
the
be
fact
rid
that-
of their wicked wills,
The fact that I currently live in a
walk
country
their Saviour's light,
where bribing politicians
not that
is
they
a
might be
fully
crossed by
acknowledged
strife
and
from their
legal
worldly
action
woes,
is
so that they might continue to serve him,
infuriating. Just
serve him with all of
infuriating.
their beings. I too
Lobbying
swore
is
to devote my
bribery.
life
There-
to the service of my
the
Lord and
hard
Master,
stop.
but this
There is no difference
is different.
between lobbying
It is more.
and bribery, except it's out in the open and everyone goes, that's cool, you
So
can
I
do
will see
that.
it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their
That-
dream,
mm,
that they might do their duty to their Lord,
man.
even if it should keep me from doing my duty
There's
to
a-
mine.
To be fair, that's why I
You
go out of my way to
understand
try to
what
find
their dream
things I
is,
enjoy in
don't
life.
you?
That's why I play video games I really like. this game is great. I just played for the first time What Remains of Edith Finch.
I know that it may be
I just had a great time with that. It was a nice little, like, 1.5 hour experience. Didn't overstay its welcome. Did what it did in the right time. Nice +3. Indeed. I had it on PlayStation Plus for so long and never played it, but I'd heard the name.
Happy Nice
Something's
plus
happening.
3 month
Thank
anniversary
you so
Viper Elf.
much,
Nice
Seven
plus 3 nice
Vital
plus
A.
3 nice plus 3
Geez,
nice plus 3 nice
72
plus 3
months,
nice
or,
plus 3
you know,
nice
nice
plus
plus
3
3.
nice plus 3 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 nice
Did I actually gonna read most of it? Hell yeah.
3
I feel like lately it reads like the first, like, 2 of them, and then it's like, I'm tired.
An ether flood. Oh no.
More Aether Floods. Everything's an Aether Flood.
There must be something I can do.
Hmm. Thank you, subtitles.
Echoes as well.
The Echoes and Aether Flood, man, somebody just wants all of this area dead. That's Diamond Dust. I'm so glad I got Diamond Dust. I kind of put it off for a while, but it's just so good at staggering things. And having more AoE, screw you, let's get all the minions out of here abilities doesn't hurt either. Between the two, with the fire and ice, that kills most smaller enemies in one combo. Yeah. Digging that.
What now?
No? Just Bahamut comes up. A different Bahamut. Neo Bahamut. Oh. Okay. Well, hello there, big armored lava man.
We meet again. I've killed your
Titus.
before.
Oh, that's new. He leaves little LBG landmines around. Okay. Nope. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. They definitely do a little bit of, like, we've fought this enemy before, but, like, little things like that keep the fights different. Come at me, bro. Come at me. No, not like that. Come at me, but not like that. Damn it. You're too far away? Yeah, you're too far away. Suck! I'll take Blizzard. Damn it. Its follow-ups always get me. This one reaches. Hit him with this. There you go. A little bit extra damage. And then Giga Flare! I don't know if we're gonna one cycle him though. Yeah, probably not. It somehow, even though I had heard about, like, I knew Edith Finch was a well-known game and was regarded as good. Like, all I knew going into it somehow was people liked it and it's a walking simulator. Like, that was all I knew. Somehow, I never once got spoiled for anything in it at all, which is insane, all things considered, because that's not a super recent thing. It's been out for a few years, right? I figured I may as well stick with the theme when I started up Everyone Goes to the Rapture today. Not super far in that one yet. Definitely a little bit longer than Edith Finch. I think I've got one or two others that I may as well, like, while I'm playing walking sims, I may as well get some of them out the backlog. Yeah, like 20, exactly. I knew it wasn't recent. But damn, like, very surprised by a lot of that game, as I imagine everyone in 2015 was too. But, you know, better late than never. Oh, wrong one. I thought I was doing this. Delicious. Here, take some of this. Areas are so hard to do, but when you land one, man. Just fireball. There. Oh, the fish packing plant for sure. Yeah. Obviously, that one tends to be pretty memorable, but even that first one you get, because you're not really sure what to even expect, and suddenly cat, and then suddenly shark, and then suddenly tentacle monster. Definitely didn't expect that one. Because at that point you don't know what to expect. I also really liked the Halloween comic. That was a good one. Like, they were all good, but I feel like the fish packing plant and the Halloween comic really stood out for me. Just a bunch of good, yeah.
Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
This world is really going to crap.
I had to save them.
But, like, it's not even really... At first I was like, oh, maybe it is because we, like, destroyed the crystals. It's clearly not. It's clearly other... Clearly other stuff going on. Well...
Just as I did. When the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty.
Destroying the crystals didn't help, but, like, the Keshik stuff and the Blade are all clearly Ultima. Not us. Well, I guess the Blade isn't technically Ultima?
To achieve it.
Didn't they say that the Blade was like an other thing, that they were trying to like recreate a pure world without it? So I guess that's not technically them, but that's neither. It's not the crystals, it's not them, that's just happening.
Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Your duty will be
Except for
done.
peach cans. That was fairly straightforward, yeah.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
Are they, though? Yeah, we don't really have a lot of happy time side quests going on right now. Kind of out of the happy time side quests. Sometime later.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
So we're good here.
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
The third chair's report to the teachings of the Ashen Savior cult. Its outer edges stained with the same man's lifeblood. Bloody report.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
I mean, he has a point.
They were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came.
Yeah, they got what they wanted.
Wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision.
Man, now that it's now that I don't have to worry about the heat taking all of my attention and energy, I can go back and heat my face against the wall that is Fear and Hunger 2 again.
We protect them.
God, that game is so...
We die for
I
them.
mean, it's not like I didn't know going in. It's not like I didn't watch that Eye Patch Wolf video twice before buying it. It's not like I had any doubts the game was going to be hard.
But he didn't
But
die
like,
for greed.
damn.
He died to save them.
I've seen
Still believe that
the
what he did
night
was
of the
right.
first day
I believe
once.
that he believed it.
One time.
We
And
of
it's
the undying
only because I got
say
flayed, slapped up onto a cross, danced around for an entire day, and then had to crawl with no legs
expression of it.
to see what the night of the first day was like.
All right. I'd like
Once.
to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the
So
names
that
of all
was
the
exciting.
undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once.
But like, you definitely do learn little bits and
My
pieces
lord,
as you go.
It has been, and shall ever be, the greatest
Am I
honor
in
of my
anywhere
life
good at the
to
game?
serve
No.
House
But like,
Westfield.
all as it is, I
Our
already
duties
know
may differ.
little things that help out, little,
Yours is no less
little
important.
bits.
I pray with
Yeah.
all my heart.
I
for
also
your
can't believe
success.
that like Fear and Hunger 1 was out for so long and nobody noticed it until like
Every one of my
a few
fallen
streamers
brothers
noticed it and then like it
sisters
got big and
will
got
feel the
noticed.
same.
It definitely didn't help that it had not Twitch friendly content, we'll go with. That didn't help. But even if it didn't have that, I still don't think people would have noticed it super early. I think it took some time for people to even like pay attention at all. I don't think Eye Patch Wolf was the first one to notice it, but they were definitely the one to introduce me to it. But I think it had already gained some notoriety in Steam before that. Clayhearth's signboard, the emblem of the Undying's headquarters in Tabor. The village is home to the finest leather workers and lapidaries in Dalmekia, who are little aware that their affable new neighbors are members of a secret society sworn to serve the Phoenix. And some more coming, as you did. Yeah, that definitely makes it harder to be noticed. The second one definitely tunes it down. The lewdness, the number of just collect 6 sign. Oh god damn it! It's the song "The Sign" by Ace of Base. I saw the sign, and opened up my mind. I saw the sign. Life is demanding, without understanding. God damn it! Oh, I'm gonna have that stuck in my head all night now. How dare you? How dare you? Okay. It's like, I don't... What's that name? Damn it. I haven't heard that song in years. Oh, that's one of those songs that just implants itself in your skull. It's like, hi, I'm going to be here for the next week. Good luck. See you every 20 minutes from here till August. There you game. But we got all the signboards, and those seem to be for like the big hub area quest. Yeah, like, I mean, still the first enemy I found in that game
I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
had a parasite around the crotch that happened to be, you know, shaped, and it definitely didn't alien facehugger me to death at all. It would never do that. So it's not entirely gone from the game, but it's not like every enemy, which apparently is like the first game is just like every. Record suggests that the wyvern tail was first cultivated for the purpose of distilling a purple dye from its petals. However, when the tended blooms were discovered to lose their hue over time, the gardeners of early Valisthea made the fateful decision to investigate the practical properties of their roots instead. So I learned to avoid that guy pretty quickly.
You did indeed. My dear boy, thank you.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not? Shall I invite him to join us?
Oh, I don't...
It's no trouble. I'll go and fetch him.
You're going to have to talk to each other eventually. You can't hem and haw this away. You have to talk to each other. And since I know you're not going to leave this room, we'll bring him to the room. It'll be fine. I'm sure if I go for the platinum, I'm going to have to do those, like, obelisk challenges. The, like, one icon challenge. I'm curious if it's going to be anything else nutty. Because, like, I'm sure there's some sort of post-game, like, optional boss that'll just school me, but...
It is time, then.
Unless there's also some crazy
Our lawsman has some
post-game, like, weapon to grind for, which it doesn't seem to. At least not as of yet.
No. I dare not show my face before him.
Then I don't know, like, what trophies the game would have. Excuse me.
I have taken countless innocent lives. And ruined countless more.
I mean, who hasn't at this rate? It's, you know.
I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have become, I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself, and to him, how strong it truly is.
You are right. I must, at the very least, offer him my gratitude. Very well, then. Take me to him.
It's like 10 steps away. Really not far. Follow the smell of books, you'll find them. And the cycle begins again, Robin. Never a bad thing, my dear.
I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
It's fine. I feel like I bounce games all the time. Just bounce between them. It's funny, playing Fear and Hunger 2 has actually made me reinstall another game that... Okay, on paper, you're going to think I'm crazy, but it's a game that, to me, is very similar to Fear and Hunger. That's Outer Wilds. Okay, stick with me. Stick with me. Very similar games. You die a lot. It's a knowledge-based. You kind of have to figure out what you're doing on your own.
Lift up your head, Your Highness.
Clipping a corner in both games absolutely ruins your run. They're the same game. It's just one's in 3 dimensions in space. It's the same game.
Now, there is something I would like to show you.
I want to like Outer Wilds, but I get wrecked by the ship controls all the time, and I just need to sit down and like pilot the ship better. That's all I gotta do.
The color is unfamiliar to me.
I just have to do that.
To those found in the
But I feel like that is the single thing keeping me from like getting further into Outer Wilds. It's just anytime I try to go somewhere, I crash instead and have to restart. After like 5 tries, I'm like, no.
The difference is immediately apparent.
Autopilot for everything. I've always see it. When I do it again, I'll go through the tutorial again and make sure I pick up all the like little bits and things.
Of a wyvern tale, with all that implies. But they do not define it. Just
Yeah, I've got it reinstalled. We'll see if I actually sit down and get further.
That it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service.
So when we were collecting the flower, I didn't realize the look of the flower. And it's entirely possible I've been talking over things too much and have been missing out, but to the best of my knowledge, the flower we just picked up, the wyvern's tail, that's the flower they use. The roots of that flower are where they get the ink for the bearer tattoos. The bearer marks, because it's highly toxic to the bloodstream, but also a nice, jet black color for a nice tattoo. Which is why, like, they try to remove that mark, or like the tattooer goes even a little too deep, you die. You're done. And that's the flower that his father was always looking at. And like that was like the symbol of their household, is the flower that keeps the bearers down. Like, damn, man. Like, when it happened, I was just like, yeah, flower, okay, symbol of their household, cool, I guess. That's why he's always... But, like, literally the flower, that is the way that they keep the bearers under control and mark them for life or death. That's messed up. Like, that's messed up.
I have fulfilled my duty to the realm. For only then shall I be deserving of it.
To be like... That's the symbol of our household. That's the symbol of our household.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Yeah, I have the DLC, but I didn't install it this time just to go through the game. A little short on space.
No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with him. Not to mention the wyvern tales. I shall plant their seeds, that I might not disappoint His Highness upon his return.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's yard will suit them to a T.
Yeah.
When it comes to expressing one's gratitude, I find that words are seldom sufficient. Here.
What's this?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, my stolas quill. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So consider this my wish for you. That one day you may put down your sword and pick up that pen.
Well, when that day comes, I'll certainly have a lot to write about. Thank you, Harpocrates. It shall have pride of place in my chamber.
Quest complete. Load more EXP. Stolas Quill. Lorisman Hippocrates, best loved writing implement, whose nib has scribed many a learned tome. Reduces Gigaflare cooldown time by 6 seconds. 6 second more Gigaflare? So good here for now. Oh, we got our last thing. Which means I guess you don't have to do every single hunt and every single side quest to get your last renown reward. Unless there's more, maybe. Like, it didn't look like there was going to be more, but there could be.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts?
Last one, 2850. Every epic starts with a single word, every symphony a single note. This is but the beginning, and forever shall your legend be told. Forever shall your legacy be sung. Fallen enigma and some music. Careful whisper. Obtain all available items from your patrons. Alright, so yeah, I guess you don't have to 100% everything, but you do have to do most of them. What's that piece of gear? Is it not a piece of gear? Didn't need to get these. Oh no, that was a crafting material. What did you need the crafting material for? See about the music. Now that we're actually going around buying some music, we should see what it is. Alright. It's still really like Twilight. I like the calming music between all the like hectic stuff happening. I feel like Twilight really just gets the mood that I want, or that I think the Hideaway has. Like, to me, like, yeah, it's cool to have battle music, but like, do you really want battle music playing in the only chill place in the world right now? No! I mean, some people do, and they give you that option. Hell yeah. But I feel like it wouldn't fit, per se, for me. But it's cool that we got options, and it's cool that it's just straight up the 14 music player. Oh, we're back over there. Yeah, man. Let me go see when it comes out. Oh, okay, good. I'm sure it will. I'm sure somebody's going to slap it on YouTube. But hopefully they actually, you know, put it on Spotify or something. That would be nice. They've added a few tracks from 16 to Spotify, and I'm pretty sure they're going to add more when the full soundtrack releases for sale. I'm pretty sure that's when they're going to add the rest of it there. Or shortly thereafter. They seem like they're definitely going to put it up there, which is great for me.
Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold.
I don't know what you mean.
Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I mean, do you have
I
a
know
meat
it's a lot
pie?
to ask.
I'd like
Think
that.
of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe.
Oh, it's fine. The roads are...
Hopefully not for long.
That's kind of what you hope from a remaster of anything, is you want it to look and sound the way you remember it looking and sounding. Ideally. I feel like if they're doing a remake or a remaster specifically, it's like we're gonna polish it up a bit, but not like drastically change everything. I feel like that's the ideal. Alright, so we've got 3 regions done. Depending on how long the side quests take, I may end early tonight, and if we end early enough that like there's time to do something else, I might do that, but like...
Uncle, I bring good news.
I kinda don't want to start on the path of we can't turn back here 2/3 of the way into a stream. I feel like that's a bad decision. If we can finish the side quest tonight, maybe we'll start the stream early tomorrow. If we can finish the game tomorrow, I can strawberry some people on Saturday. I'm finishing the side quest tonight. If we have to go over to finish side quests, I'm going to do that. It's fine. But we're finishing the side quest tonight so that tomorrow we can be ready to be like, it's MSQ time, let's do this.
One of your co-conspirators?
Watch us do one more MSQ quest and like 50 more pop up.
Another outlaw, then.
Just
the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in.
I don't think so. I don't think that would happen. If it was Friday, I'd be like, maybe. But I have work tomorrow. However, my boss is not going to be there tomorrow, so
Quentin can solve our problem with the armies.
It's fine.
You still haven't mentioned how we might
Definitely haven't been playing a lot of Eidolon lately. Definitely not. It's so weird that like not being able to play other games got me that and looking for games for my phone got me to reinstall that. The guy who made that, Lava Flame 2, made honestly my favorite like idle game back when I worked at the grocery store but not at the deli, like behind the desk, so I could kind of keep my phone just propped up and like tap every 10 minutes and do an idle game. He honestly made my favorite one that I had played. And then he swapped to doing like a cross between an MMO and an idle game. And I got into the beta for it because I was like one of the 20 people following him on Twitter. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I just wasn't working that job anymore, so didn't really pay attention to it. But I've been enjoying it. It's a great thing to just keep up on the second monitor while I'm doing something else and occasionally click on. Be like, ah, yes, cool, progress. I have a guild of exactly me. I'm getting my guild points. Yeah.
And how
It's not something I'd go out of my way to try to sell someone on, but like, yeah.
Find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless
Like, when I've had really slow work days, I've straight up booted up, like, Guild Wars or something and, like, faffed about. But, like, as a ticket-based job, like, I have work when tickets come in, and they're varying times, and they're varying levels of effort, and a lot of... It sounds weird, but kind of akin to, like, a programmer. A good chunk of my job is waiting for changes to, like, happen. I can make a change to a thing, but then I have to send it from, like, our test environment to the sample environment, and the sample environment to the live environment, and all of that takes time, where I'm just like, well, okay, it's just gotta wait, like, 3 minutes. Guess we'll go click on a few things. So yeah, I have the job for it. I couldn't have done it when I worked at the deli, but I definitely did it when I worked at the... Like, anytime you see a programmer fapping about and they say code's compiling, it's like, I have those moments too. 100% have those moments where it's like, I am working, but I can't do step 3 until step 2 finishes, and step 2 has started, but it needs to do its thing, and there's nothing I can do about that. It has to do its thing, and I can't jump the gun, so I got 5 minutes. That's what got me started on RuneScape, the exact same reason. This is just fapping about in a different game until probably the 7th. Yeah. 3 weeks now? 4 weeks? On the 7th, they're adding a new combat style, Necromancy, to RuneScape, which is apparently the first new combat style, like, ever. I've only played the game for like a year, but apparently it's a big deal. I want Necromancy. I want to raise dead things and have them fight for me. That's good. So I get to faff about with this until that happens, then faff about that.
And I imagine some resistance, much resistance.
Video games are a very acquired taste. I understand why there are people who are vehemently against them. But they've always been a chill, like, I've got like a half attention, 2 minutes, what can I do real quick type thing.
Lies in ours, and we must not squander the chance
But
that Clive has given us.
I wouldn't try to sell people. It's not one of those things where it's like, no, you gotta play it. It's like, no. If you don't think you gotta play it, you don't gotta. At all.
For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony?
I'm glad the uncle hasn't died. I thought he was going to be a much smaller part of this story, and he's very entertaining. I really thought he'd either die or just be like a one-off. He showed up for like 5 minutes and that was it. I'm glad he stuck around. Oh yeah, oh absolutely didn't think. Not, mind you, the game's not over yet, but like he's had a long stay.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you. I will.
He's just so in the light for that one shot. So just like, Uncle, I hear everything you're saying, but could you shift like 3 degrees to the left? I can't see anything. Signed by representatives from Rosaria, Dhalmekia, and Sunbreak. The mutual accord sets the stage for a new age in Storm, if not officially, then at least in spirit. Residual Dark Aether. Reduces Heaven's Cloud cooldown by 2.5 seconds. Okay. Another quest wrapped up. Alright, that's that section done too. I wanted to end with our home area, so that's what we're doing. And who knows, maybe one of these branches out or something, but in theory, finishing these should hopefully be like, hey, you
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Yeah,
Save
of
the
course we are.
world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now.
hopefully that'll give us a trophy for getting all side quests done, and in theory should get us all stuff in our room, all display items, I guess. Unless there's ones that aren't tied to side quests or hunts, which I guess could be the case. And like maybe the bit we're coming up against isn't a point of no return, but I really feel like once we choose to go to Giant Sky Death Star Fortress, that might be a point of no return. Right? I feel like that's not a crazy thing to think. Woo. He's a few levels under me, but like that was all of his meter. Great. Oh, for sure. Oh, you're right. There might be one for doing all obelisks. Yeah. I'm still going to make a separate save file before I go up there, though I'm pretty sure, hopefully like any decent modern game, they'll give me the chance to continue before the point of no return for the game, or after the point of no return if things don't go tits up. Like, I don't really have a desire to do those before the story, but if that's all that's going to be between, like, me and the Platinum, I'm going to go do those. And they seem fun enough, but, like, I could do that off camera. That's just combat stuff. It's cool. But I'm not super worried about them, like, before story at all. I'm glad they mark them on the map, though, once I found them. Really like that.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
I can't say it during this scene. I gotta wait till after. I can't say it during this scene.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me,
For context,
greatest of men.
I was thinking about a Lucy Pyre tweet from yesterday. That might be one of the most Lucy Pyre tweets I've ever read, but I can't at this exact moment. Give me a minute. Wait till the scene's done.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted. What he would have
And like, I get that these characters are having a moment about the father, and he was a cool character. Like 60 hours. I don't know how long we played the game for, but like, he was cool for those first 2 hours. But I can't say I have an overt attachment to him. They do, which is what gives this moment any amount of impact. But I can't say that like I myself do. He was there for a very short time and really kind of just set them on their path, basically. He was the one good person in their like family. Hello? He was a good person, and I still have no idea how he ended up with his wife, because she was so not a good person. But, let's be honest, she was very nice and very caring to people of royal blood, and only people of royal blood. Like,
onward then. Onward.
So I'm sure
to the end.
Somehow. I still don't understand how those two ended up together. There you go. Quest complete. There's a will. Rusted battle helm. Archduke Elwin's helm, worn during his victorious campaign to quell the Northern Uprising. War is coming, my boy. You must make ready. So, the most Lucy Pyre tweet I've ever read in my entire life yesterday was, born to drink water, forced to piss. I don't know why that came up while they were looking at their father's grave, but... Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Okay. But wasn't he already... I mean, cool, but like that's not news? Like he was already... Like he's been in the party... yeah, I don't even know. There's nothing in the scene that reminded me. My brain was just like, oh, remember that tweet from yesterday? And it was too late. It was already done. He's been in a party for the past, like, this whole side quest arc. Like, cool. Glad to have him. Not complaining. It's just weird that they'd pop a tutorial message now for that? Yeah, see, I can't... I probably wouldn't really tune into her streams often anyway. I really just don't watch a lot of YouTubers, and if I'm going to, it's probably going to be Jude. But, like, I also can't, for the most part, either, because she usually streams while I'm at work, and I can't use PC headphones because I have to be able to hear if my laptop dings. Like, I have to be able to hear it. So, like, I can't really wear headphones on my PC, and there's no way I am letting one of her streams play through my computer speakers. I refuse. I just... no. I just will not let that happen. Absolutely will not. Will not allow it. I don't need that level of judgment. I mean, I'm usually either blasting Spotify or watching, like, YouTube video essays, so... Yeah, no, you cannot. Yeah, honestly, I really liked fighting the random battles earlier in the game, because, like, the EXP was good, the combat system is a blast, and it still is. But now, functionally, I get no reward with combat. Like, we don't need the XP, we don't need the money. The XP we'd get would be pitiful. So, like, I'm fine with skipping battles now. We didn't really skip many early on, and I'm happy we didn't, because, like, we got a bunch of good EXP, it was fun. But now, nah, just gonna run past most of them. Especially, like, they're level 33, they're not gonna give me nothing. Yeah, no, he tweeted something about that day, too. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I get enough just following the Twitter. I feel like that's already just powerful impacts every day. Got one up here. I think. One more.
After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
More oil, please. Oh, there we go.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Yeah, get them to Mid after we go up here and do some of this.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs.
Maybe. Hello, traveling trader.
I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not.
See, I have a bad habit of, like, going back over ones I've already watched but haven't seen in a while. I have that bad habit. It's a vicious
Near
loop.
some gutted hovel not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows?
Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
Alright, see if we can't get this feather. But also... Where was that? Okay, okay. Yeah, my memory's not...
Didn't catch your eye.
It's fine. We all know. More music.
Thanks
I assume there's a trophy for all music purchased. It's gotta be.
Just because the heavens have gone to
Now that we've got so much money, if I had known money wasn't going to be an issue, I would have bought them earlier.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone? Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine?
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
Alright, I gotta find one more who's probably gonna tell us the exact same thing. And where's the last merchant?
Look, Daddy. Shining so brightly. Isn't it pretty?
Yeah. Pretty blooming sinister.
Checkpoint's fine. Don't judge us for checkpoints. Oh, would another merchant be hanging in? Probably not back here, yeah. Ah, there we go.
Can I help you with summit?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
We're all mad now.
First time. A silver
All right.
chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Does sound a little too good to be true. Also, crazy. Who could have imagined silver chocobo? I can't even imagine what a silver chocobo would look like, let alone... I mean, it sounds like such a fanciful, wild thing that I can't even imagine there existing a silver chocobo in this world. Anywhere out there. Like, it's so nutty to me. I don't think it's real. It can't be. There can't really be such a thing as a silver chocobo.
Time to fight.
But, you know, the quest says to do it, so we're gonna go take a look. That's what we gotta do.
Relax. I don't live by bandits for a change.
Oh, sorry. Better get off this silver-colored chocobo to see if we can go find the silver chocobo. I could see how that would screw up
These look fresh.
the fresh tracks.
The chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is.
Well, investigate the shack.
I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned.
Distant working. There's two, no less.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you.
One feather.
Feather for my friend.
That's it. One feather. They run up, just do a flying kung fu kick directly to my face. One hit KOs him.
Let's get this back together before they change their minds.
All right. Yeah, if this doesn't open up more side quests, then we're gonna have some extra time tonight. But I kind of really don't want to start the MSQ unless we're at the start of a stream, because like we all know it's gonna be longer than like an hour, an hour or two for sure.
It was no trouble at
I feel like we spent like an hour and a half on like that second Titan fight alone.
How'd you get on? Any luck?
Wasn't quite that long.
Any
Felt
luck, you say?
Felt like a good meaty fight. Reflection 2 OST. A good one, yeah. To the people of the north, silver chocobos are symbols of good fortune, the mere sight of one potentially meaning the difference between a failed harvest and a bumper crop, according to Gav at least.
Crystals crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
We'll take yesterday.
It's a long story.
Some days it's just you do that. You got a theme for the day.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go.
Alright. Nice good luck charm.
What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Now will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
Alright, brought you a good luck charm. Hope things going well. Hello?
Me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it is,
Smooth.
Please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We make them up north when a band's on the way.
What?
I mean, a baby.
Oh.
To let them know that they're part of the family, too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, me lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
I feel like
Clive,
instead of making like a pregnant model,
I'm thirsty.
they just permanently put like a blanket over her and that's it. Like That's their solution. Like, we got one pregnant character in this game. Slap a blanket. We ain't got time to remodel that nonsense. Blanket. It'll work. Simple, effective. It's fine. But, like, they definitely just, like, slapped a permanently rounded blanket over there.
Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon.
Man, that bard back there is so good at making that lute sound like a piano. Very talented.
Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labor. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls.
You've done some good work, though.
Or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Okay, nobody will be as good as Torgal. That's an unfair comparison. Nobody can be that good. Don't hold it against yourself.
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are, after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
I like the old-timey, like, just big mugs that are basically just little barrels with a handle on it.
That when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword.
Mm-hmm. Also, I didn't even notice until that scene, but, like, when the light was facing Gav, you could see the light hit his ears and turn him that, like, see-through red that you get when you, like, hold your hand, or, like, when light is shining through your ears. Like, that's insane, game. Game? That's too much. It didn't just illuminate his ear and turn it white. It did the thing, like,
I said I was thirsty.
maybe they were just bright red because he was drunk. I don't know, but it looked like that at least.
Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off.
Maybe it was the angle, maybe it was just because that scene was, like, specifically animated.
what is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
Quest complete. More XP, more renown we can't do anything with. A potent potable made from honey collected in the Northern Territories. Short summers and fermented slowly over the next 6 moons. Said to warm the belly on the North's cold winter nights. Said I was thirsty, Gav. Good quote for it, yeah. Well, one more side quest to turn in. It's another question of assuming this doesn't open up like a bunch more side quests. What do we do for 2 hours? I guess I could see what we got around here and pop something else on. Not like we have shortages of games. Wild Arms. The only downside to Wild Arms is that you can only save with a consumable. That's the singular downside to doing like shorter streams of it.
Tell me this is all you need.
Yakuza makes a bit more sense, honestly. We got the shell, we got the tallow. Take it. Like, I love Wild Arms, and I'm glad that like that game exists. And the music's wonderful. But I had totally forgotten about the. We could do Holocure if you wanted. Also, no bitrate.
After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realized I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one, though. That's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
How did you lose it?
the children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what?
I wanted to see how it worked, you know.
I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Alright.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Yes, that little cog.
Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine.
Yeah, it's just working.
She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Of course it's an airship.
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot!
Nah, I'm not doing the password game.
Saved it, just in case.
Played enough of it that one time. That was enough. Yeah, nah, no password.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
Look.
Orange juice.
I found it.
It's an option too.
Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Just have, you know, a collection of spare parts. Totally normal.
Well, did they have it?
Yeah, they did.
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
I mean, it was already your cogwheel, but...
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place... Well, you just wait and see.
We'll take a peek. We'll go through the list of what I got installed. See if anything jumps out then. And we can swap over to PC too.
Here goes nothing.
Well,
Titan's tits.
I don't know why Titan's tits got me, but
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true.
stone tits, you know.
Maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other.
She's not wrong.
People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head? Or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair.
Was it the wind, or was it the wind shear from Odin's blade? You know.
Imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
All that hard work.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out.
Alright, that's a plan, I guess.
I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Excuse me.
Right.
That's gotta be a really garbage part of being, you know, an engineer, inventor, is the knowledge that anything cool you make, probably somebody's gonna find a way to kill someone with it. It's just inevitable. Someone's gonna go, ooh, I could use that to kill someone better than I could before.
Still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all.
Yeah, Steins Gate, yeah.
My dad always said,
oh boy,
dream
yeah.
big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Quest completed. Model airship. Mid's dangerous dream of flight, immortalized in miniature. Yeah, we didn't get an achievement for that. Excuse me. So there either is no achievement for getting all the pieces, or we don't have everything. I feel like that would be a weird one to not have a trophy for. So we must have missed one. It could definitely be from the obelisk or something. It could be from anything. I don't even know. Maybe we get it for, like, buying all the music. Maybe we get it, like, who knows. But we'll go see. If we're only missing like one or two, then... Ah, uh-oh. Maybe that's why. Three are missing. But we have another quest. Her icon brought her much suffering. The loss of Shiva weighs heavy on her heart, and we would be poor friends indeed if we do not seek to lighten that burden, even but only a fraction. Before we depart for the skies, I would speak on this more in private. Sure.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
Prioritize it, but it's our only side quest. That's it so far. Hello? What can we do?
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I've felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
No. We were pretty close when I got Shiva. We were pretty close.
Accompanied father on his annual tour of the duchy.
Just maybe.
The procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father
Just
had
a
allowed us
little.
to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left.
Yeah, you know.
What would you do without me, Clive?
Bumble around like we did for like 18 years, you know. Huge. Alright. So I guess I jumped the gun. We still got at least this quest. Who knows? Maybe like we'll get a few more? I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised if there was some like big quest for doing all the smaller quests. Oh. Here be Rossfields. Visit all areas on the world and local maps. Oh, I guess I just had never set foot here. Well, I guess if you do every side quest and every hunt, you visit every notable place on the map.
There's no weapon spared.
Which makes sense.
What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard. To the hideaway, then.
Alright. Back we go. Do you know what we could stream? Path of Titans. I could be a dinosaur. The game is...
The gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
Calico is so hooked on that game. Calico has made like a dozen characters and got most of them to like highest level too. I have two characters, three, which are all about halfway through. I haven't gotten any of them to like full adult. It's an entertaining game, but I don't know if it's one I'd play too much of alone. It's cool when you got like a squad.
What brings you down from the heavens, Cid?
I need your advice.
Also, everyone is a PKer. Just goddamn everyone is a PKer. Everyone we've ever met has just been like, gonna kill you now.
Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold, and where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start.
Of course, Man's
There
Hill.
in the Royal Meadows, perhaps?
Yeah.
Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Yeah, the Blight has kind of.
Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept the record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oilerfeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
Alright, tally ho. Way the hell over here. Ooh, here. Oh wait, hold on. You has music?
What can I do for you?
Tell me music.
You've a keen eye.
Thank you.
And how might I help the garrison today?
I'm glad they mark on the map the merchants that still have new wares like that. Probably make it easier to find that last. I must be missing one or two music rolls by now. We'll find them.
I haven't seen any of those beastly blue-eyed.
Do be careful.
We'll be fine. Oh, you weren't talking to me. Well, we'll be fine anyway.
Come on. Run like the wind.
Goblins just making goblin noises, you know. As they do.
The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Alright, coastline. I think it's even this part of the coastline. They've got to be up there. Ah. I think I found him, guys. Damn it. Alright, let's go around. I think we may have located some flowers, though. They might be on the coast. Hey, look. Flowers on the coast. Oh, you're trying to buff each other? Game. Oh, some of you didn't burn? Game. There you go. Oh. What's up, Dorval?
What do you see, boy?
Oh, hey. Okay.
Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
Well, your stagger meter goes away. No. Stop that. No, do that one. Peace. New enemies approach. Well, that sounds like a bad decision for them. Yep. Oh, just a few Worgen? Alright. Ow, you bit my ankles. Dare you. Well, that missed. Gloriously. Enemy slain. Easy. Bunch of materials we don't need.
That was harder than I expected.
Was it though? It helps that we're overleveled. By doing everything, we're a little overleveled. But not crazy, just a little.
It was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to remind her
You and the skies.
that all of us
We
were.
wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Alright, I guess he was just setting us up on a date instead. Alright. I thought this was the whole, like, remember good times? No. Dates. Is up there. Hey, Jill.
There's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
A long ways away, actually.
Not here.
All the way
I know
Northreach.
this is sudden.
Don't worry about it.
How would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
Let's go. I like how I didn't wait for an answer.
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you, Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
Don't worry about that. She just hates human beings. You know.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line.
Wow, rude.
No one thought to ask me what I wanted.
Yeah.
I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks.
And Holden?
And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling.
Oh, Torkel just taking a nap.
Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm.
Torgal's tired of carrying
You know what I did?
everything in this game. You can't play as Torgal because it would break the game. Utterly break the game. That's why he can only do support attacks.
My governess to climb the Tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun.
But also, yeah, this is the second time he's been a third wheel on them getting either emotionally or physically intimate. Yes.
Dawn would always come. That you
Yes, 100%. Those are penny farthings, is what those are called. If I recall correctly, those are called penny farthings. And yes, you are correct.
again and again.
I don't know why I know what those are called. I can't remember what I had for breakfast. No, okay, I know what I had for breakfast yesterday, because I've seen breakfast every day. I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, but I know what a penny farthing is. Also, hey, Eric, how's it going? Welcome to Fight for Light of the chat. It's like, my memory isn't bad. My memory just chooses when to screw me over. Make me look stupid.
Not here, though.
They did a really bad job of it earlier, Ark, when they literally got naked and he sucked Shiva out of her, which has got to be a euphemism somewhere.
Seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
Aww. Yeah, it's not exactly the most built up to romance or anything, but hey, character's happy. Good. Especially because there's not really much else happy going on in the story, so, you know.
It'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything.
And like, yeah, they get a happy side quest. You really don't previously see a lot of Final Fantasy characters kissing. It's just not a thing you see often. Like, Cloud and Tifa get a fade to black moment, but like, it's all behind the fade to black. Do Squall and Rinoa kiss? Yeah, I was about to say 8 is very love story heavy.
We should probably
But do they? I haven't played 8 in a long time. Do they actually kiss?
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
Even like, I don't even think Titus and Yuna kiss, do they? They have that. This is definitely not a euphemism for them sleeping together in a lake scene. The Suki no, I forget the name of the song. But do they actually kiss? I don't. Maybe like once. Maybe they actually do. Oh, Shiva's Kiss. Song of Winter, Autumn Gone, from Frosted Lips, Oblivion. Of course Shiva would have Oblivion. Reduces Diamond Dust cooldown. Ooh, I like that actually. You gotta drop those 14 references in there. You know. Fragrant diadem, hand-woven by Jill, from flowers picked on the shore of Wolfest Bay. So, yeah. They do kiss, okay. Gotcha. It's been a little while. I'm pretty sure there was no kissing in 9, was there? I don't think Dagger and Sedan do. Joining hands with Jill. Jill has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origins. Oh. Are they both in the party then? She's actually been out of the party for a while now. Oh. We can swap. Gotcha. She's been out of the party for a good while now. Makes me think there's 1 or 2 side quests left, maybe as post-game content. Because we didn't get an achievement for all quests done, even though I've been on top of that nonsense. And we didn't get all of the doable items. We should still be missing 2. But maybe they're like post-game stuff. Maybe like you load back up that post-game file. Yeah, still missing 2. And they're like, oh, you have 2 new side quests. Like, one's for, like, defeat the ultimate weapon, and one's like, defeat the ultimate weapon's brother. Ultimate weapon. You know. But, since that seems to be all we can do for now without progressing the story, this should be where we're going to cut it for the moment. I'll see how tomorrow goes. Maybe I'll be able to start it early, but I'm not positive yet. I don't know if I have anything else I need to do tomorrow off the top of my head. I don't know if I'll be able to start it early. Yeah, if we had another quest, he'd show.
How are you doing? Anything catch your
Nothing.
eye?
Nothing. 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 We are side quest complete for the moment. Let's save it. Again, even though we just did. Saving it again. Yes. Unless somehow we get up there and play for 6 hours and they're like, there's actually a different point of no return. Unless something like that happens where like there's way more than there seems like there's going to be, then yes, the plan is to try to finish it